The Miami Heat have taken over the number 8 seed and have officially made it into the 2023 NBA playoffs and will take on the 1-seeded Milwaukee Bucks in a tough matchup. Now, this was a very underwhelming season for Miami, finishing with a record of 44-38, which isn't an awful record by any means, but the underwhelming part is them going from being the number 1 seed last season to now number 8. Now, with that being said, the Heat just took down the Bulls in a very tough play-in game last night where they won 102-91. And now Jimmy Butler and Miami will have to go face their biggest test as of yet with the Milwaukee Bucks. However, in this video, I'm going to be breaking down the 3 major factors that helped the Miami Heat rally a major comeback at the end of the Bulls game to officially make it into the NBA playoffs and keep their season alive. However, before we jump into the video, make sure you guys smash that like button. It helps out the channel so much. So let's see if we can get the video up to 300 likes. Also, subscribe to the channel if you're new. I will be covering the Heat and the rest of the NBA all playoffs long, so join the family. And one last thing, comment down below, who do you believe is the most underrated player on this Miami Heat team right now? Without any further ado, let's jump right into today's video. Now, as we all know, the Miami Heat coming into the season, or coming into the play-in tournament, they were the best defensive team in all of basketball, and teams have found it so hard to score on them pretty much for the entirety of the NBA season. And this is one of the simple reasons why they're one of the most underrated teams in all of basketball. However, offensively, this Heat team has been absolutely terrible, and sometimes they really don't know how to score the ball. But in this Bulls game, we saw a little bit of both. We saw top-tier defense and some horrible offense. But in the end, we saw the Heat's true potential. Now, the first major factor that led the Heat to such an epic win over the Chicago Bulls last night was Max Strus. I mean, this dude was an absolute flamethrower last night, and the Heat would be on vacation right now if it wasn't for Max Strus. And the crazy thing is that if he didn't find, if he can find a sense of consistency in these playoffs, he could be one of the most lethal players shooting the ball in the whole NBA playoffs. Last night, he showcased this by putting up 31 points and 6 rebounds, shooting an incredible 8 of 16 from the field and 7 of 12 from three-point land. Max is one of the only reasons the Miami Heat were still in this game early on, because it could have been a blowout early if it wasn't for Max Strus. I think he had like 20 points here early in this first half. He was absolutely their biggest spark plug. But dude, this was even acknowledged by Jimmy Butler, who made an Instagram post about him after the game, saying he just earned himself a massive payday after his performance, keeping their season alive for at least the first round of the NBA playoffs. Now, let's move on to the second major factor for the Miami Heat last night, and it was obviously Jimmy Butler, one of the most clutch players in all of basketball, especially in the playoffs. Showed again why people need to stop sleeping on him, because listen, if Jimmy Butler is out there playing in the playoffs, that team is contenders no matter what. I don't care what you say. If Jimmy Butler is playing to his highest potential, this team could go all the way. Now, Jimmy Butler did what any superstar would do, putting the team on his back, leading them to the 8th seed. With 2 minutes and 17 seconds left to go in the fourth quarter, Jimmy drove it into the lane, finished an and one, giving the Heat the lead. And then the next play down the floor, he found Max Strus for another 3-ball, and that was all she wrote. Jimmy Butler and Max Strus were absolutely amazing in this game and carried the team in terms of scoring, but some other guys did help as well. For example, Bam Adebayo. He brought in 17 rebounds, did not shoot the ball well at all, but he still did his part, bringing in some big-time offensive rebounds, giving them, a couple of second-chance opportunities. That was huge. You got Tyler Hero. Didn't really shoot the ball amazingly last game, but he had 12 points, 8 rebounds, and 7 assists, contributing in other ways, which is something you want a guy like Tyler Hero to do. If you can't hit his shots that night, you want him to go out and just contribute in other areas, and that's what he did last night. You also have a guy like Kevin Love, ending the game with 9 points in just 11 minutes of action. And then from there, you had Caleb Martin and Kyle Lowry combined for 11 points, which is good off the bench. They didn't play too many minutes, but they did what they needed to do to help this team, just stay in this game early on before they heated up there in the fourth quarter. But overall, these guys need to play better versus the Bucks, or it could be a quick series. Today's video is brought to you by Pro Class, the absolute best place for you to take your game to the highest level. It's the first of its kind sports training and development platform where you can reach your highest potential by learning from some of the best athletes on the entire planet. Some of these guys include Damian Lillard, De'Aaron Fox, Allen Iverson, DeMar DeRozan, and so many more. And I have some great news for you guys. If you guys go use my code MattyDubs, you'll get 50% off hundreds of training videos, workouts, and drills, and you can get in the lab right now. So go check it out. Go steal some of the secrets from some of the top players in the world right now. And if you are interested in developing your skills at any level, if you play in middle school, high school, college, or if your goal is just to be a better athlete, a better basketball player, this is where you need to go. Nobody else does this. Go check them out, and you can learn, develop your skills at a fast pace, high speed level. Click the link in the description for instant access to all of the secrets in the world. And remember, using code MattyDubs will get you 50% off right now, so don't miss out on this offer. Okay guys, real quick before we get into the third and final factor, smash that like button if you're enjoying the video so far. Subscribe for more NBA playoff content all year long. So let's get into the third and final factor leading to the Heat this amazing comeback win over the Bulls. It was the way they came together as a defense and just clamped up over the final 7 minutes of this game. Now, the Heat were down by 6 with 7:12 left in the game, and at this point, Jimmy Butler and the Heat didn't look back. They stepped on the gas pedal, and the Chicago Bulls had absolutely no answer at all. In the final 7 minutes of this game, the Miami Heat went on a 24-4 run, closing out this game and winning by 11. Like I said, 102-91. Only allowing 91 points is absolutely amazing. This defense showed out at the very end when it mattered the most. Now, the Heat will go on to face the 1-seeded Milwaukee Bucks, in which they split the series, both teams winning 2 games at home. Now, this should be a very interesting series here, and I'm very excited to see how this one plays out. If the Heat can get into rhythm offensively, this could be one of the best series in the entire first round of these NBA playoffs. But if they struggle offensively, their defense will have to be top tier to give them any chance to win this game. Now, another thing I really liked about this game is the way that the Heat just overall played a solid basketball game. In the fourth quarter, that's when the game matters the most. They kept it close for most of the way, and then when it, at the end of the game, they absolutely destroyed it. Didn't let the Bulls score at all over the last 7 minutes of the game. They literally just took them over, outscoring them 35-23 in this fourth quarter. And when you look at the box score, in the first quarter, the Heat only put up 29 points, but only allowed 21. In the second quarter, they only allowed 23 points. In the third quarter, they only allowed 24 points. And in the fourth quarter, they only allowed 23 points as well. Listen, this team was absolutely dominant defensively, not giving up 25 points in a quarter, leaving Miami in the fourth quarter having their offensive rhythm, getting into offensive rhythm. They put up 35 points, which allowed them to win this game. Overall, the Heat, didn't lead this game in field goal percentage, but they did lead in three-point percentage. They led in field goal percentage. They led in rebounds, thanks to Bam Adebayo. They led in steals. They had a little bit of more turnovers, but that's okay. All that matters is that this defense came out and played like one of the best in the league. And that right there, when you have a top-tier defense, you are going to be in consideration to win any single game. I don't care how bad your offense is. If they can just have one quarter of good offense like they did versus the Bulls in the fourth quarter, this Heat team can absolutely win any game. So it would not be surprised me if this Bucks series goes seven games in the Heat. It would not be surprising to me at all when you have a defense this good. But that's all I have for you guys today. Smash that like button, join the family. I live stream also almost every single day during the playoffs, so if you want to come and watch a game with me, subscribe to the channel. If you're new, join the family, turn on post notifications so you're notified every time we drop a video or go live for a stream. And I will be seeing you guys in the next video. Peace.